Hello everyone, and welcome to Week 3 of the VBL-S Season X, or 10, or various other things. I am actually just going to double check something. Okay, cool, I did do that. I am playing against Tay, who some may know as the Nightmare, the Mind Killer, or the Bane of Worlds. And both of us have made some transactions. I won't go over Tay's transactions, because I mostly only remember them picking up these two. I think Spupa, I don't remember what was dropped, because I didn't prep against it. I dropped an Amorous for Iron Jugulus, two other Pokemon, Skuntank and Dragapult for Mimikyu and Tauros. I was finding an Amorous being one of the frailest Pokemon in, like, a very frail Pokemon for a fully evolved Pokemon. It's similarly frail to Fluttermane, for example, without much support, to be very difficult to use, and I wasn't sure that Dragapult was quite doing enough, based on the fact that it did not do enough. So I went with Mimikyu to give me a more reliable Trick Room setup into the okay Trick Room option I have, and Tauros for Intimidate, combined with Iron Jugulus, who I think is just straight up an improvement on an Amorous. Actually having a Flying Stab on your Flying type is good, because Flying type is good. This matchup is challenging. Iron Hands is one of the greatest Pokemon, like, in the game, in the current format. It is very strong. I definitely think it was, like, I was strongly considering picking it up, despite the fact that the Pokemon I would have been replacing for Iron Hands was one of my best performing Pokemon so far. Iron Hands does not take damage, and it does, like, crazy damage. It is very good at doing mid to, like, longer games. It is very difficult to KO. I also probably should have pulled that up earlier. But yes, so, yeah, and Landorus offensively is quite a challenge for my team. Tornadus Therian is quite good as well. Definitely a mon which flourishes in the draft format. Now, I do obviously have the one convenient thing of Booster Energy being able to beat out Taunt. And in Faradraff, very good Trick Room setter. Samurott is very difficult for a lot of Pokemon on my team to get damage into as well. And then Ceruledge is okay, though it maybe struggles a bit in this matchup. It could come though. Iron Tread similarly sees a water type and doesn't want to come, which I think may tell me that either I don't have faith in Iron Treads, or potentially Iron Treads is actually just a mon that is not as good as I was hoping it was, because I'm really struggling to want to bring it into any matchup with a good water type, which is most matchups, because water types on general are good. Certainly the offensive ones. And then, you know, it's also got the Landorus there as an issue. Yeah, so their team, yeah, has 2 fire resists, 1 water resist. So I did definitely feel like I could index into offensive variants of Bruxish and Gastrodon for this. I also feel very pressured to run offensive sets, because even with having gone to a slightly bulkier version of the team, by picking up Mimikyu, who's always taking a hit, Tauros with the Intimidate support, and then Iron Jugulus, who is also quite tanky, I still feel maybe a little bit in the back. Certainly in this matchup. Would you look at that, having a Flying Stab is already coming in good, when they have 1 Flying Resist. And then Fairy is also pretty good here. Now, the Flying Stab is Hurricane, which is not always amazing. And I'm going to be, what's it called, brushing? That's not the word. I am going to be bluffing, Dazzling, kind of, with this lead. So this lead gives me 2 options. Either I can taunt the opposing Tornadus to stop it setting Trick Room, or I can Tailwind and Tailwind, or I can Tailwind myself and click Psychic Fangs into it, and it should one-hit KO most Tornadus sets. Psychic Fangs, with the boost, is very strong into everything but this, and this, which Crunch should KO this. I also have the option for going for a double up into like an Iron Hands at lead. And then, yeah, the thought process is I should hopefully have like a general game advantage, and I want to be able to follow up with Zul'jin, with PokeaimMD, and with Jinx, and then be able to play this off against the Trick Room version to be able to win in that framing of Tailwind. Yeah, as you can tell, offensive boosting item, offensive boosting item, offensive boosting item, offensive boosting item, offensive boosting item. I don't feel super confident in my team's ability to win in the mid or late game. You know, at best, I am winning in maybe winning in a mid range of them running Trick Room. Okay, here we go. I'll be interested to see what Tay brings. Tay is often a very consistent but fairly straightforward builder. So my prediction is honestly this. I did do a mock with Sukaba and I lost really bad, so I switched up to more offensive version of my team. Like, I had more supportive items, like I had ability shield to stop Gigaton Hammer, like Mole Breaker ignoring this, and I had, I think, a Citrus Berry on Zoljin, and I just had to switch to more damage. Also added Taunt on Jugulus over Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse is more consistent than Hurricane, but I don't think I can afford that. I think I do need Taunt. I have sent my opponent the challenge. Not yet accepted. But yes, if Ceruledge comes... okay, no, it's just the top 6, yeah. Ceruledge is good, it just struggles into my matchup. No Speaker as well. I'm pretty happy to see Tinkaton and Farigiraf. I thought if something wasn't coming for Ceruledge, it was probably Farigiraf. I think Tinkaton is generally not a Pokemon that I am particularly scared of. So I'm inclined towards going for the Jugulus Bruxish lead. Now, they can lead Tinkaton with Farigiraf and get Trick Room up. Am I worried about that? If I'm worried about the Trick Room version, I probably don't bring Salazzle. I don't think I go Gastro game 1. That's true, I also need to accept game 2 and 3. Double fist that by accident. Yeah, it'll be there's very much an information game, this series. Because if I can identify what items Iron Hands has and Samurott has, and to some extent Lando and Farigiraf, I'm in an interesting position. No, I feel like I don't beat Tinkaton unless I bring Salazzle, so I think I'll go with Salazzle and one rock resist versus no fairy resist. No, one fairy resist, 2 rock resists. I can't count. I think it's Zoljin. Okay, interesting. So, in this situation, I think I want to taunt Tornadus and crunch Farigiraf. Also, nice D&D names. No, not D&D. My brain is going bad. Or is this just fantasy? Well, no, Elithid's a D&D, but Thorondor... Is that one of the eagles? Dude, I don't... My brain is not able to calculate fantasy stuff at this point. So, depending on what item or terror they go for... That's not the Bruxish at all. Crunch doesn't kill if they're max defense, but if they are, like, anything else, it should be dying. Okay. That crit may show that I'm strong jaw if they are max defense, or they're plus choice band, or they may not know, depending on circumstances. I kind of want to Tailwind and bring in Cleavor. We haven't seen the item on Iron Hands. No, it is showing the correct Pokemon fainted. Okay. So... I couldn't Terra Ground and Tailwind. I don't think I want any of my other Terras, so I think I do go for the Terra Ground and Tailwind here, and switch in Zul'jin. Okay. Damage. Now, hopefully the Thunder Punch into that slot. Okay, okay, okay. Now, it has made itself weak to Stone Axe, which is good. I want to Hurricane and Stone Axe the Iron Hand slot. I don't know if it has Protect. Is the KO on Torn enough? I can just go for this KO on Torn. It can't Protect, so it has to either stay in or switch. It can't Terra either. I think I just need to take the Hurricane chip on Iron Hands and go for the Stone Axe here into Torn. Because Iron Hands can Protect. Okay. Do we connect? We do. Torn goes down. Now, information from that Hurricane. Hurricane did 26 to 33 to Assault Vest, so it is Assault Vest. If it's not Assault Vest, it's very high special defense. I should have counted the Thunder Punch earlier. That Thunder Punch damage, it looks like it is just kind of like standard dot. There's not a lot of special defense investment. So then the question becomes Salazzle's damage here. Okay, Overheat's not picking up. Hurricane plus Flamethrower's not picking up. I think I do have to go into Bruxish for the Psychic Fangs. I'm really weak to Samurott if it's coming up last. I think I want to go Jinx, Salazzle, because it does have that threaten to Iron Hands from Overheat. I didn't mean Iron Hands, I meant Landorus, but it's okay, the right Pokemon came out. Terra Ground defensively is fine, though the Earth Power has not been yielding much in terms of optionality. So my temptation is definitely to Overheat this slot and Hurricane the Iron Hands again. But does the Overheat ever pick up? No. Also, these are all from different fantasy series, as we see with June and God Hand. So I want to Hurricane the Iron Hands and Overheat the Landorus. Okay. Now, do we see it get a move off? We do. It just goes for Drain Punch. That's okay. The Overheat still is not picking up the Iron Hands. I think I'm a lot more scared of Landorus than I am of Iron Hands at this point. Okay, now we presume we see another Drain Punch come out. Alright, we see Bruxish come back in. I don't see a reason to reveal a move other than Crunch, because Crunch should pick up. Actually, no, I should Psychic Fangs. Wave Crash, maybe? Yeah, Wave Crash reveals the least information. The Overheat picks up anyways, that's cool. Okay, so game 1, the plan works. They brought the Assault Vest set, which is relatively passive compared to anything with like a damage boosting item. I wonder what their other two moves are. I assume Fake Out, though they didn't use it. We didn't learn anything about Farigiraf because of that crit. It's possible it died anyways, though. Landorus does Protect. We don't know if Tornadus does. That Cleaver switching wound up definitely paying dividends. Terra Flying was what it was in the mock as well. It was the same 6. Actually, it might have been Cerulid instead of Farigiraf. I don't remember. I remember these 5 coming because because Torn, Iron Hands, and Samurott came both games, and then Lando and Tinkaton were in the other 2 games. So it might have been Fairy, might have been Cerulid, might have been Spooper. I don't think it was Spooper though. Spooper makes the most sense with Fairy, I think. I think I have to go for the same lead and then just kind of demand them to adapt. I think the same 4 is correct. I could bring Gastronon over Zul'jin, but Zul'jin wound up being too cool. Well, I didn't get any confuses, right? So what, I hit 3 Hurricanes? They hit 280s, I hit 330s, you know. Yeah, and the Terror definitely wound up being good. I think it's Zul'jin. Okay, so they are most likely going for Fake Out into Iron Jugulus. I do not want to give them a free switch with Torn, I think. Do I? No, I don't want to give them Tailwind and a free switch. I think I go for Tailwind here. And I probably just Wave Crash the Tinkaton, right? This is the wrong... let's move to the right game. Yeah, we know it's not Assault Vest. Probably Citrus. Okay, apparently the game thinks Wave Crash will just Oko, so I'll go for that. Actually, I didn't want to give them... Okay, they didn't even go for Fake Out. Okay, they're Sash. Do they go for their own Tailwind, right? No, Icy Wind. Okay. A knockoff. Interesting. Well, I'm definitely going Zul'jin here, and I'm just clicking Earth Power and Stone Axe, right? If they switch, I'll have Rocks up. So the Tinkaton's dead anyways. They made Terra the Taunt, but I don't know if the Taunt Terra will be, like, game-changing. Like, Tailwind's strong for them, but I don't know if it... I don't know what Terra it would be to like, significantly impact the game state. I think I'm slower with the Icy Wind drop. Though I'm not 100% on that. The Icy Wind plus Tailwind mass is weird to me. I think I'm doing okay. I think Salazzle is maybe not showing to be the best Mon. Maybe Mimikyu in the back would have been better. Would I have played that turn differently if I knew it was Sash? I think I'd be tempted to go for the Earth Power there, but I don't know. I feel like the Tailwind is still correct. Okay. We see Stone Axe come out. It does some it does some damage. So I feel like I can double this mon with no, they're going to Terra Flying and fake out Zul'jin, I think. I want to taunt the Taunt so they can't get their own Tailwind up. I think we're definitely expecting 2 attacks to come out. Sorry, fake out to come out here. I can Terra Ground. I think I'm more scared of the Taunt at this point. Okay, do they fake out? Okay, they're Terra Steel. Oh, they fake out the other slot. Okay. So they only move faster if they get the speed drop, right? How much did Icy Wind do? Icy Wind did 9? Oh no, did 28. How much did the Bleak Wind Storm do last game? 40? Okay. I think I double the Iron Hands with Earth Power and X-Scissor because it can't miss. And it's stronger than Stone Axe by 3. Because I got the Stone Plate, yep. That tracks. No Bleak Wind Storm speed drops. I got a Bleak Wind Storm speed drop. That's quite bad. Am I still faster? I am. Okay. We'll see what their last one is. If it's Lando, it's not good. It is not good. I need to dodge Sandseers and Bleak Winds. So I need to get Tailwind up. Kind of wish I was protecting this last slot. Actually, no, that wouldn't have done anything. I think I've lost. That fake out play was quite good for them. So what should I have done differently here? I think I should have gone for the Psychic Fangs into Taunt. I don't think knockoff one hit KOs, but maybe. I'm not. How much did it do? Did 53.8? So that's in track with this. So if I didn't wave crash, I wasn't dying there. I mean, it just seems to me like Jogulus has to dodge. And then I need to somehow clean with Salazzle. So I think I need like a double dodge into Bleak Wind. Okay. They played around that. Do they Earth Power or they Sandsteer? Earth Power. Yeah. Mimikyu in the back wouldn't have won. GG. Sorry about the carrot, guys. I just wasn't on that mindset currently. Okay. I'm not sure how best to adapt in this situation. They've seen my my choice band for sure. They should have noticed it already, but they've seen it for sure now. Like, I don't think Mimikyu won. I don't think Gastron won either. I don't know if my lead ever changes to when I'm seeing this. Like, Salazzle doesn't seem better into that lead. Is Cleavor ever better into that lead? I guess that's a reasonable question. I could go Iron Jugulis Cleavor lead, and then bring the other two in the back, or maybe even instead of Bruxish, bring PokeaimMD. Not having Aqua Jet actually is quite bad. I had Terra Blast for Samurai. Samurai hasn't come yet, though it is quite scary. Aqua Jet would have been certainly provided extra utility, right? So I think Salazzle has to come. The question is it Bruxish, Mimikyu, or Gastrodon? I think the answer may still be Bruxish at this point. Being down, you know, going to game 3, obviously, not always your favorite. I think it may still be Bruxish. If it had Aqua Jet, I think it's 100% of the time going to be Bruxish. But I think without Aqua Jet, it might be Mimikyu. Just because it also provides that priority option. I think it's, I'm going to try Mimikyu. My opponent hasn't made their decision yet. Bruxish is more dependent on speed control than Mimikyu is, because Mimikyu has that disguise, which against any Pokemon but Tinkaton means it gets an extra, it gets to move, like, functionally similar to moving first. So they have to double up into it. And it does also have the Shadow Sneak option. So what information do we have? We know that Tinkaton is Sash. If I see a Tinkaton lead, I think I'm clicking Terra Water on Cleavor to avoid the threat of a Gigaton Hammer. Alright. Interesting, interesting. Interesting. I don't have Bruxish. I don't think I threaten an Oko into Tornado with anything but Overheat from Salazzle. Or maybe Terrafire. Terrafire might do it as well. So we kind of expect a Fake Out to come into the Iron Jugular slot at this point. I think I Tailwind. I can CC the Tornadus, but I don't really want to for reasons previously discussed. I think I Stone Axe the Iron Hands. I kind of expect a Fake Out and either an Icy Wind or a Tailwind to come out here. I don't think Terra makes any sense on Cleavor or on Jugulus. If they go for Thunder Punch, I get my own Tailwind up, which I feel pretty good about. Do they not have Fake Out? I wonder what their last move is. Is it like Encore Dual Stab? No, that still isn't. And Knockoff, I guess. Maybe Protect Dual Stab, but not Knockoff? Protect obviously resets Gigaton Hammer. It's because otherwise it can't be moved twice in a row. Okay, and do they Icy Wind here, or do they Tailwind? Do they Tailwind? Okay. So I can always Terra Ground, Earth Power, and Stone Axe to the Tornado slot, and then they don't get any value, right? I guess I should test Calc. So if I'm Terra'd, and you have Terra Steeled, Earth Power is not a guaranteed KO into a bulky set, but they haven't seemed to be bulky. So I think I go for this Earth Power Stone Axe double up, even if it is giving Iron Hands a free turn, because I'm not as worried about what Iron Hands can do with his free turns. Maybe his last move is Volt Switch. Yeah, so if it Terras, then my Earth Power should KO it, and then I get a Stone Axe into Iron Hands, assuming they don't switch. Obviously, I suppose all of this assumes they don't switch the Taunt, which they can. Okay. And connect. Oh, it's still faster. I did not know. Okay, okay. Okay. Alright. Alright, GG problem play. I hate this fucking move. Again? Really? Another time? For the culture this time. 95. I mean, I had at one point had been running wide lens, and I got told not to run wide lens, so I ran stone plate, and I think the stone plate damage did come in. Of course, it's faster. It's got tailwind. I'm stupid. I think I've just lost. I think if I hit Stone Axe, maybe I won, though I think I was probably losing anyway. I don't know, maybe that Earth Power play was dumb. I wanted to cover for things, but I wasn't covering for Tailwind, which was the thing I should have been covering for. Maybe I should have taunted, but they could have Earth Power. But I didn't care about Icy Wind. Yeah, I should have taunted. They're gonna Terror this Iron Hands now. I can Hurricane and Overheat into the Iron Hand slot, and then just play around Bleak Windstorm, maybe missing once. A Hurricane Overheat doesn't KO though. I can Flamethrower just for the special, the burn chance. I can Heat Wave to get stuff in range of Mimikyu. I'm gonna go for the Heat Wave play. Yeah, that's not particularly surprising. I assume the Drain Punch is coming into the Jugular slot then. Burn? No burn. No, I got the speed drop. If I didn't get the speed drop, there's a chance I won. But I don't think I can win with it having been speed dropped. Because I'm not faster than Thundurus anymore. That's annoying. That's annoying. That's definitely annoying. Getting the speed drop as well. Bleak Windstorm's got, you know, 80 accuracy, but I guess I've been hitting some Hurricanes. Is Mimikyu better off throwing Play Rough, or is Shadow Sneak fine? 32? Sorry, Shadow Claw. If I hit Heat Wave, then Shadow Claw will KO. Oh, it's Icy Wind, not thing. Oh, that's it. Icy Wind is 95 accuracy, but yeah. Actually, does Taunt ever die? Sneak? No. So I'm best off, like I said, going for Shadow Claw and Heat Wave. Ooh, that's okay. Now, they missed the wrong one. Can I connect my Heat Waves? That is the question. The question is, can I connect my Heat Waves? I connected the Heat Waves. This is a really annoying slot because they got the Bleak Windstorm drop. they got the drop. I think maybe I was playing the game without that drop, but definitely not at this point. I didn't even die. I mean, I didn't expect it to die, but yeah, I didn't even die. I had a version of this prep with Gigaton Hammer. At +1 speed, I was still slower than the Tinkaton and its Sash. But yeah. Alright, GG's. I think, yeah, with the Stone Axe missing, obviously they would have had the Rocks chip. These Iron Hands would have died, right? Because the Rocks... The Disguise didn't wind up mattering because of Gigaton Maulbreaker. Iron Hands would have taken 25 on switch in from the Stealth Rock, on top of Lando, on top of Torn already being dead. Yeah. Just very frustrating running these Pokemon and these moves. I had a good game one. I think with RNG not like having been as going either direction, I had a chance. But Pokemon is a game. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see if Tay wants to hop on. Alright. Tay is looking to join. Hello.
Yo.
I'll send you my paste if you want to pass me yours.
Alright. I'm glad that I hit all the important bleak wind storms.
Yeah. The only one you missed was that trivial one into disguise when you had Gigaton Hammer anyways. Well,
yeah,
sorry,
I was already...
Nullbreaker.
Yeah, I was playing around the disguise anyways.
Yeah. It was heavy Slam Blast. I was surprised you never used it.
I was thinking about it in game 3 on turn 1, but... Or not. Yeah, turn 1, but I wasn't sure if it fell code.
It's stronger than Thunder Punch into Jogils.
Okay.
And Drain Punch. But obviously, if you're at if Drain Punch is the utility. But 120 base power is stronger than the, I think, 116 that Thunder Punch and Drain Punch hit.
Right. I don't think I clicked Thunder Punch. I was mainly just trying to, like, heal or, like, outlast your Tailwind with Drain Punch.
Did Thunder Punch into Cleaver, and that was into Bruxish, so Heavy Slam wouldn't have been better. Yeah, I think with Rocks Up, that was a closer game 3, though I think it was definitely a bit of a toss-up there. I think I was pretty out of it when the speed drop into, the speed drop from the Bleakwind Storm into Salazzle happened, potentially even with Rocks. But Iron Hands, obviously having died to like a Sneak or a Play Rough or whatever, and Tinkerton not having a Sash would have been different to game state. I feel like I may have juiced too hard with that Earth Power into into Taunt, but you did use that Terra Steel really well in the previous game.
No, it was a good call, because I also could have just switched into Tinkaton.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you had in the back. I was surprised not to see Samurai in any of those games. It seemed very difficult for me to beat.
Yeah, but it just dies to Cleavor stuff.
Dies to what, sorry?
Cleavor.
To Cleavor, yeah. And, like, Life Orb, Mimikyu, and only because Life Orb.
Yeah, and also Mimikyu. Like, your team's very weak to Samurott, but it's also, like, got so much counterplay.
I mean, I brought this version of the team with, like, 5 Pokemon that could hopefully do stuff to Samurott, because I was otherwise quite scared of Samurott.
Yeah, I mainly brought Samurott for your, like, treads stuff.
Treads just cannot come to any matchup where the opponent has a water type, is what I've been feeling in prep, which is really bad, because I don't know of any team without a water type.
Yeah, treads is pretty mid.
Okay, yeah, both Earth Power and Sandseer Storm. No utility on the Lando set. What did you do turn 1 with that Pharaoh Giraffe? It's a really offensive set, so, like, I'm not even sure I needed the crit. I'm not sure if I even needed Strongjaw to pick up that Fairy.
You are banded, so probably not.
Yeah, I certainly didn't need the crit. I was looking at it, it was like a max defense set. Can maybe live, and it's like, okay, not even max HP, and like 44 defense with that. So what'd you go for?
Were you dazzling?
No, I'm Strongjaw.
Right? Oh, okay, that was good.
Yeah, damage.
That was good. Bluff.
I had a version with Think, but like I just need the ability to Oko, Torn, and Samurott. Not Samurott. Iron Hands reliably. Even if you're like a more physically defensive set on the Iron Hands, which you didn't really, like run any bulk at all.
On Iron Hands, I did.
I mean, it was 124 defense is like a bit, but I think you like needed to be like max defense and then like a bunch of HP as well. I mostly am just looking at the 252 Adamant. I'm like, oh, okay, wow, it's really strong.
Yeah, I just wanted 2-8 KOs on things.
Yeah, I don't know if I should have gone for the taunt game 3 either, or not. It's always hard to know.
Did you taunt game 3? I thought you Tailwind did.
I said I don't know if I should have gone for that instead.
Oh, yeah. There's also those mind games with taunt, Icy Wind.
for sure.
happening.
Though I think even with Icy Wind, Taunt probably was correct. I was this close to throwing a close combat into Taunt.
Into Tor. That would have been a play.
Would have done more than Stone Axe. On account of, you know, the 0% accuracy. At least
That is
Hurricanes
true.
hit.
Yeah.
You know, Hurricane hitting certainly more frequent than like Bleak Wind speed drops. What is it that that Sandseer drops? Is it attack?
I think so.
No, Springtide drops attack. Do they both drop?
No,
attack?
it's burn. It's 20% burn,
What?
which is like, yeah. It's
Okay,
pretty
can I just say,
broken compared to-
Enamorus is the worst Pokemon ever. How did this Pokemon get a chance to burn and like the Wild Bolt guy gets a chance to para, and then and Enamorus is like, okay, it doesn't get higher accuracy in rain, it has less PP, and also it doesn't even it has a slight chance to drop attack, not even like get a status.
Yep.
That is
It's
very sad.
done dirty.
It is just a tragically bad Pokemon. But yes, so look, your team is really, really difficult, especially after transactions, but even before transactions. I was wondering if maybe there was like a version without Farry which had Cerulege instead. But I didn't wind up coming. I did have a version of this team with a Trick Room on Mimikyu. I felt like that would have been good into what you wound up bringing. I had the Expert Belt Ice Beam to cover Terraflying and Grass Iron Hands. I think if I still had Trick Room over Wisp, I think I maybe could have run that.
I mean, if you brought Trick Room, if you brought Mimikyu as the lead, I probably want to like Tailwind.
Yeah, but was like Gastrodon's definitely still slower than Iron Hands.
Oh, Gastro. Yeah, I was kind of worried about Gastrodon. It was like enemy #1 in prep.
Yeah, well, you brought a team which managed to intimidate it away a lot. It was Encore last on Tinkerton. I was surprised it didn't have Fake Out, because Fake Out ignores Dazzling if I'm not running Ability Shield.
Yes. Just pretend that I already remembered that when I was prepping.
Yeah, I mean, Ability Shield is funny because it stops that. So if you run into one of the baby tanks, you can remember that on Farigiraffe. But your team just demanded so much offense to try and check it all. And whenever the games were going to like mid, especially when I didn't have rocks up, like that was really my only way of like extending out my ability to play the game.
Yeah, that Cleaver is like so good when it actually works. When it actually hits its moves.
I mean, Samurott can click the move multiple times, which is cool.
Yeah, but
definitely,
Samurott feels kind of weak sometimes.
Samurott is stronger than Cleavor because like Razor Shell is just stronger than X-Scissor, or like it's I believe the same, or is it slightly higher base? But
like its stats
is
are
a bug move.
not the same.
Yeah, but often just move-based power comes down to it a lot. I mean, Cleavor has a rock move that it misses, and then X-Scissor, which is a bug move, which is... I mean, I committed X-Scissor into the Iron Hands to do 17. I feel like the 108 to 135... I feel like they're pretty comparable. I definitely... Like, I had a version of this team when I was trying to draft, which, you know, obviously had the was it Jay, I think, that you traded with for it? Not taking it then, and it had gone round 5. I was planning on getting Samurott if it came back, because it would be really cool to have both assets. But, yeah, obviously not how that worked out.
Yeah, I traded for that. And I think you were asleep, so it felt kind of dirty for doing that to you, because I know you really wanted it, but...
It is what it is. Hazard's fun. I have it in another league, which is like 6v6 doubles. And it's pretty good there. Spikes are even better in longer games.
Oh yeah. I
yeah.
bet they are.
Ultimately, I mean, you're on what? You're 2-1 now this season.
Yes, 2-1. I think I'm in the top 4 maybe now.
I mean, I'm 0-3, looking to continue that into 0-7 at this rate. So you know, the people are along for the ride. Will you make like an end of season content this season, or you're not thinking anything this season?
I'm thinking of making some videos, but not like VBL specific.
Okay. Well, look, definitely, guys, go check Tay out. Tay will be linked below. And Tay's been having a really fun season. And I don't remember what it was you dropped for this. I was like, okay, I know that you picked up Iron Hands, Lando, and Spupo. I just could not remember what you dropped.
I dropped Dragonite, Sandy Shocks, and Chestnut.
Right. Ah, yes. That was the other one you took that I'd wanted, was the Chestnut. Though I think I'm learning to love Decidueye.
Decidueye is great. It was like, if Chestnut's taken, I was going to go for Decidueye.
And that is exactly what I did. So, thank you everyone. Goodbye.